are different, represent different ways to hang a string line. And we'll go over the different ways in just a bit. Here we have string line that's wrapped around a couple different items. This string line is wrapped around a wall tie. This string line is wrapped around a thin chisel. This is a hardened chisel. We're going to learn how to wrap a string line. This is that same chisel. This is how you would find it at the store. They usually have a hole right in the middle of them. You can put your string line through and then tie a knot around. We're going to slowly just wrap it. I'm going to say normal. We're going to get a few wraps on it. Now here's the trick. We're going to make the figure 8 with the string line. We're making the figure 8, but also take a close look at what the line pin is doing. The line pin is also doing something. The line pin isn't staying still. The line pin is slowly rotating as well. I'm holding the line somewhat tight to the line pin. I'm not wrapping it loosely. Before we hang the line on the wall, I'm going to show you how to put the line through a single line block. The line is untied, the hitch is out of the line. I'm going to drape it over the line block through that groove. The tail end of the line is on this side of the line block. The ball end is going through that groove. Now with that tail end, I'm going to wrap it under and around, back over top of the string line where the string line goes through this circular cutout. I'm making it sound way more difficult than it really is. Just put the line through that way, wrap it under, over top the string line. I'm holding it pretty tight. Back down, wrap it around the line block again. Now instead of going over the string line, we're going to go through the back of the line block, wrap it around again the opposite way, back through the line block that way. That's what it's going to look like from that side of the line block. Here I can pull the line very tight and it's not going to come unwrapped. At normal speed, you're going to get the line block, grab your line, throw it through there, under, over and through, nice and tight. This is the wall we're going to be hanging our string line on. You can see we have a layout course of block and a 4-course lead on each side. I'll move the camera real close so you can get a good look at what's going on. Now I'm going to show you how a line is placed on the wall using line blocks. I'll show you a small tip when hanging a line. Usually an apprentice is going to get the line block, put it on the wall. They're going to have the other line block in their hand, which is good. They're going to start unraveling the line, keeping tension on the line. They're going to get down to about here, and the line block's going to fall off down on that end. Now we got to walk back down this end and pick the line block up. And we got to hang it on the wall again. And now we're going to walk down this way, keeping tension on the line. We might get a little further this time. We're going to get down. We're going to get our line block ready to hang on the string line. We're going to put it on there. The line block's going to fall down again. When you're hanging a line on the wall by yourself, put the line block on top of the wall, on top of the lead. Now it can't fall down. Go down to the far end of the wall. Put your tension on the line. This is where the braided string line really shines. I can pull this and put tension on it and have a nice taut line. I can put my line block on here and I'll get a close-up of what's going on down here. I can hang my line on the wall. Now I'm going to put a hitch, like we did earlier, in the string line. The line's going to hang. Now I can adjust this line block without the line falling onto the floor.
Right, okay, so what you're going to need, a piece of wood, any old bit of wood, anything lying around the job, a bit of batten, a bit of 4x2. I find 2x2 is the best, so if you can only find 4x2, which I find is the most common timber on the site, just rip it down the middle and then get yourself a handsaw. Well, if I'm going to throw it around all over the place, get yourself a handsaw and just cut it up. So I'll show you how to do it right now. So once you've got your bit of wood, like I say, a bit of 2x2 is probably quite good. I would say you want about 3 inches, give or take, off the end. So I like to just mark it to start with, and then what you need to do is you need to cut halfway along that line and then halfway down. I'll cut it and show you exactly what I mean, because that might not be terribly clear how I'm saying it. So it's halfway along the full length of the bit of timber, and you want to cut it halfway down. And now you just want to cut along. Now this is normally a little bit awkward because it's with the grain, and I find it quite difficult, especially this angle where the camera is. Now you should be left with something that looks like this, and where that mark is there, you cut that straight off, and there's your corner block, and then all we have to do is cut the notch out. That is the basis of your corner block. Now all we need to do is cut a little notch through here and then cut a slice out of this in line with this here, and that will look something like this. This can be a bit tricky to do. With the notch on this bottom part here, you don't want to go too deep, you just want just enough to hold the line. So you see that little notch through there, you cut that bit out, and there's a little groove there. It's not very deep, I don't know how well that's going to show up on camera, but it's not that deep, just deep enough for that line to sit in snugly. Now from here you can cut notches all the way around, so you can wrap your line around it and it doesn't wobble all over the place. So I'll do that now just to show you. And there we go, one corner block, perfectly done, nice and finished. And with the amount left over on that bit of wood, I could make enough for me, Gary and Phil. So they ain't gonna keep nicking my corner blocks from now on. So just to show you, I will do a video about how to set up lines and pins. So I'll go through more details in that, but just to show you how it works, much the same as any other corner block. Your line goes in like that. That groove just holds that line nicely, so it'll be just up against the brick, and then the excess that's out the back, you just wrap it in those little grooves like so, much like you would do with a normal corner block, and there you go, one beautiful corner block.